So today, we're going to talk about a health issue that affects millions of people, erectile dysfunction. But you know what? We're not just going to focus on the problem. We're going to dive into some real, practical solutions. And the best part is, a lot of them start with something as simple as what's on your plate.
So just how big of a deal is this really? Well, get this, up to 52% of men experience some form of ED. I mean, that's not some rare condition, it's a super widespread health concern. The main thing to remember here is that if this is something you or someone you know is dealing with, you are definitely not alone.
Okay, so what are we actually talking about when we say ED? The clinical definition is pretty straightforward. It's the inability to get or keep an erection firm enough for sexual activity. It's really that simple. And once we understand this basic definition, we can start to unlock the solutions.
So here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to look at how an erection actually works by exploring 3 key systems in the body. Then we'll get into the good stuff, the food-first solutions, looking at foods for blood flow and other nutrient power players. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with some lifestyle changes and the big takeaways.
To really get how food can make such a difference, we've got to pop the hood and look at the body's mechanics. You see, an erection isn't just one single event. It's this complex dance between 3 major systems all working together.
First up is the circulatory system. The easiest way to think about it is like the body's plumbing. For an erection to happen and stick around, you need really strong, uninterrupted blood flow. Any issues with their vascular health, like high blood pressure or cholesterol, which are often tied to diet, can start to clog those pipes and mess up the whole system.
Next up is the nervous system. So if circulation is the plumbing, this is basically the electrical wiring. Arousal actually starts in your brain, which then sends these nerve signals down the spinal cord, telling the blood vessels down there to open up. It's an absolutely critical line of communication.
And finally, there's the endocrine system. Think of this as the body's chemical messenger service. Hormones, and especially testosterone, are a huge part of this. Testosterone helps ramp up a molecule called nitric oxide, which is what signals your blood vessels to relax and open wide, making sure that plumbing system can do its job.
All right, now that we get the systems involved, the plumbing, the wiring, the messengers, let's get to the really good part. Since blood flow is so important, what are the best things we can eat to directly fuel that circulatory system?
So on our menu for better blood flow, we've got some seriously powerful and delicious options. We're going to take a look at watermelon, apples and berries, pomegranate juice, garlic, and yep, even a little bit of dark chocolate. So why do you sometimes hear watermelon called a natural form of Viagra? Well, the secret is this compound called L-citrulline. Your body actually converts L-citrulline into nitric oxide, that same key chemical that helps relax blood vessels and get the blood flowing. It's kind of similar to how ED medications work. Plus, it's packed with lycopene, which is great for your heart in general. Now let's talk about fruits like apples, berries, and citrus. They are just loaded with compounds called flavonoids. And as you can see here, studies have found that men who eat a lot of these flavonoid-rich foods can see a 9 to 11% reduction in ED. So how does it work? Well, these flavonoids help keep your blood vessels healthy and flexible. It's amazing that something as simple as adding an apple to your day can have a real impact.
This table highlights a few more heavy hitters. Pomegranate juice is fantastic for boosting nitric oxide. Garlic contains something called allicin, which helps improve circulation. And dark chocolate? Well, it contains flavonols that have been shown to increase blood flow. The common thread here is that these aren't just healthy foods in general. They have specific active compounds that directly support your circulatory system. It's pretty cool.
Okay, so beyond the foods that directly help with blood flow, there are others that provide the essential building blocks for your nervous and endocrine systems. Let's take a look at these nutrient power players.
Now here's a really fascinating connection. Research has found a strong link between low levels of folic acid and ED. And the simple dietary solution could just be adding more green leafy vegetables to your diet. Things like spinach and kale are packed with folate, the natural form of folic acid, and it plays a role in creating, you guessed it, nitric oxide. See, it all connects.
And the nutritional support just keeps on coming. Avocados are high in zinc, which is an essential mineral for producing testosterone, directly helping out your endocrine system. Fatty fish like salmon are loaded with omega-3s, which are just fantastic for the health of your entire circulatory system. And hey, even your morning coffee is chipping in with antioxidants that help protect your blood vessels from damage.
Now, food is an incredibly powerful tool, but it's really just one piece of a bigger puzzle. To truly address erectile function, we have to look beyond the plate at our overall lifestyle habits. These are the factors that work hand in hand with a healthy diet.
Let's run through these 5 key lifestyle steps. First, managing your weight and getting active directly improves blood flow. Simple as that. Second, quitting smoking and cutting back on alcohol is huge, since both can damage your blood vessels over time. Third, high-quality sleep is when your body regulates key hormones, like testosterone. And finally, don't underestimate stress. Working on relationship issues can reduce the mental stress that interferes with your nervous system's ability to send those crucial signals.
And this quote from Dr. Paulos really just brings it all home, doesn't it? The core message here is all about empowerment. This isn't about things outside of your control. It's a reminder that the daily choices you make with your diet and lifestyle can have a real positive impact on your health. So, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with a simple question. Forget about overhauling your entire life overnight. Just think about this. What's one food from our list, maybe a handful of berries, some watermelon, a spinach salad, what's one thing you could easily add to your plate this week? Because that one small step could be the start of a major improvement in your overall health.